David Parker from Family Tree Chiropractic and host of the YouTube video series Inspiration for Healthy Living. And today we're going to be talking about health and optimal health by understanding Draino and how that works. So today I want to help you understand how your nervous system works, how your brain sends messages down the spinal cord out through the nerves to every organ, every tissue, and every cell in your body to make it work. And I can tell you right now, it's the message that goes from your brain that goes down your spinal cord out through the nerves that makes your finger wiggle. That when you take a deep breath, that the brain sent the message down through the spinal cord, out through the nerves to the lungs to make them breathe. And right now, do me a favor, I want you to make your heart pump. Very good. Now what made that happen? That's right. Your brain sent a message down through the spinal cord, out through the nerves to your heart to make your heart pump. Every single part of your body functions because it has the brain to tell it what to do. So we have to understand the brain sending those messages down, and if the message gets through properly, your finger's going to wiggle, your lungs are going to breathe, your heart is going to pump. But what if that message didn't get through properly? What if that message was somehow blocked from the brain in different parts of your spine? What would happen if it was maybe in your mid-back or your low back or your neck? Maybe you were in a car accident, maybe you had a whiplash injury, maybe you had a sports injury, maybe you slipped and fell on ice, or maybe you fell down a set of stairs. Maybe you fell asleep on the couch and you had your head like that all night. You know what? We've had those things happen to us hundreds of times over a lifetime. That's why it's important to go to a chiropractor and get your spine checked to see if those things, those areas of your spine have been injured. Because here's what's going to happen. I want you to listen really carefully. If the spine is misaligned, a fancy term for that is subluxation. It means a bone out of place in your spine causing nerve pressure. And if that happens, guess what happens to the message if that bone's misaligned? That's right. It stops the message from getting through properly. And today, Draino, you wonder why I'm talking about Draino. And interestingly enough, if you take a drain or a sink, or like in the bathroom sink, and that water won't go through, or in the shower or in the bathtub where that water will not go down through, see, the water's present, right? The brain messages are there, we're thinking, the lights are on, someone's home, right? So that somehow that water's not getting down through the pipes. The pipes are getting blocked due to something. Now, it might be hair, it might be some object that got in there, it might be just soap residue that eventually clogs up that, but basically something is causing that water, that pipe, to get clogged. And Draino, what does Draino do? It goes in there and that literally takes that gunk, that stuff, and gets it out of there and allows it to flush through so that the water can flow through freely. Now, what does chiropractic adjustments do? Chiropractic adjustments, actually a gentle push on the spine can realign those bones, take the pressure off the nerve, let that message go down through freely. So guess what? That message that started actually can get down through to your finger. Because you know what? If that message didn't get through long enough, you're going to wind up with weak, numb, tingling fingers, carpal tunnel syndrome, wrist problems, elbow problems, shoulder problems. If that message does not get through properly, that will not be healthy. So chiropractic adjustments literally let that flow. Just the adjustments, you think of it like Draino. So just literally melting those misalignments away to let that nerve flow go through freely so that your hand, your body can be healthy again. Again, what if that went to your lungs? If you had blockage from your brain that the nerves went to your lungs, you know what? You might have difficulty breathing. You might have exercise-induced asthma. You might, if it's worse, you might even have asthma. So if there's a misalignment in the spine, that can actually cause your lungs not to function. Oh, when I get sick, my lungs get congested. I get pneumonia, I get coughing and that kind of thing. You know what? That's a sign that your lungs are not healthy. So the adjustment, if there's a misalignment or a subluxation in that area, we can remove the nerve interference. By taking away the nerve interference, we can, like Draino, melt that interference away so the message can get through freely, and the brain can just send that message down to your lungs. Same thing with your heart. That's the same thing. There's a research article that was just done recently. In fact, if you go to my Facebook account, get on Facebook and type in David Parker, and I'm from Ephrata, Pennsylvania. If you look at that, we have some great articles talking about high blood pressure. They did medical studies where they found out if there's misalignment in your spine, you're going to have high blood pressure, you're going to have health-related heart problems just from having those misalignments. The study went on to say that if people get adjusted over a period of time, their blood pressure drops. And in fact, it drops more by getting adjusted than it would be on being 2 or 3 different heart medications. You know what? That's what we do all day long. Melt away, like Draino, melt away those misalignments in the spine, those subluxations, to let that nerve flow from your brain get down through freely to your whole body to make it work perfectly. So no matter what you have wrong with your health, it could be coming from your spine. So, you know what? Get checked by a chiropractor. Get checked today and make sure that that message gets through freely from here to here. This is Dr. David Parker from Family Tree Chiropractic and host of the YouTube video Inspiration for Healthy Living, signing off here today. And remember, it's good for your drains. Subluxations are bad for your spine, but adjustments are good, and melt those misalignments away. You have an awesome and great day.